Welcome to Pioneers, a vlog by Giorgio Stergiou, full of ideas, subjects, methodologies and exercises for a personal, professional empowerment and value innovation growth, for a stronger community with knowledge leading to choices for a better tomorrow for everybody. When change is about to happen or is happening, you're going to hear everybody talking and mentioning maybe negative things that, as I said before, it's not happening, it's never happened before, it's not possible, we never done it, this is always how it has been. At this point, you need to understand, it's all an excuse. And all these excuses are associated with one thing, and that has to do with fear. So try to understand it a little bit more and try to listen a little bit deeper. But when we're talking about fear, it can be different forms of fear. So it can be like, for example, the fear that they don't really know where this is going to lead. Situation that they don't really have a control. It can be fear that they don't really see how they fit inside the situation. It can be fear that they don't really understand the transition that can happen. It can be fear that, regardless what I do, it might be at the end a change that I might have to go back into the previous change. So it can be like a phony change. And again, they don't really maybe understand how big that change can be. So all of this is associated with fear. What you personally need to change? Well, there's a saying that goes along the lines that if nothing changes, nothing changes. And you control yourself. You cannot control the environment. Again, when you point at something, three fingers are actually pointing back in you. And you need to change both internally and externally. Think about when you've changed in the past and how much better you felt in the future or when that change took place. How did people react it? How did you react it again? And I'll see it again as an opportunity. Be aware of the words that you're using. If you're going to say it's difficult, of course, this connotates to something that is actually negative. We're going to use an example at this point and an exercise that I advise you to do, which is what big companies are actually doing when they want to go back and find the root cause of a problem, something that stops them. When you do this one, it's going to help you as well also find the real reasons why you want to change. So the example I'm going to use for this exercise is procrastination. So let's say that my problem is I'm procrastinating. I'm writing down 5 whys, and then I'm going to answer those 5 whys that eventually they're going to lead me to the actual answer. Maybe I need more whys, but let's start with 5. So why am I procrastinating? The answer here can be because I'm actually trying to escape. So why am I trying to escape? I'm trying to escape because I'm trying to forget. Why am I trying to forget? I'm trying to forget because I don't really want to think. Why don't I want to think? I don't want to think because everything around me is very stressful. Why is everything around me very stressful? It's because everything has gone out of hand. I don't feel I'm in control and so on. So now you have your answer, the main answer, the proper answer to your question. Why am I procrastinating? Because I feel I'm not in control. Now you have the reason. So now you can address directly what the problem is to find out the reason why you have to change. Is how do you really deal with the fear of change? Here comes a say from one of my favorite authors, Nikos Kazantzakis, who says that in order for you to succeed, you have to first believe that you can succeed. So you need to understand that here, in order for you to deal with your fears, you need to deal with your mindset. So mindset is the first thing that you need to change, and you need to actually keep saying to yourself that this is an opportunity for you to actually get better. Because, as I said before, you're going to feel excited, maybe you're going to feel scared, then you're going to want to hide away. Don't worry, that's normal and that's natural with everybody else. Think a little bit more how industries deal with fear. So let's say that you want to take off and you're scared of flying. You're about to board a flight, you can see that it's raining outside, and imagine now that the pilot doesn't do anything. You're just boarding there, plane's about to take off, now you start shaking a little bit. What is going to happen is you're going to start losing it. You're going to start losing the emotions, you're going to start getting really scared. So what do pilots do and what do airlines do is they try to really explain this a little bit more in advance, so preempt it. The pilot will come on the microphone and will make an announcement like, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to take off, the weather is not the best. The wind's coming from this direction, don't worry, everything is going to be okay. We might be a bit bumpy, but if it doesn't work out, we're gonna come back into this airport, we have enough fuel. So that's basically how airlines deal with. Overall is that when you don't know what is coming and what is expected, your demons and your gremlins, your fear is going to multiply. So there is an exercise that we can do that is going to help you and your team actually deal with the fear of change. And there's 4 stages when it comes to change. The first stage is that there were some things that you used to do and that you can still do. Second change is that there's some things that you could not do in the past and you can still not do. Then there were some things that you used to do but you cannot do now. And finally, there were some things that you could not do in the past, but now you can do. So it opens up some different avenues. So let's take an example, let's say about the fashion industry. So you have a business and that business is selling clothes. So what is the things that you used to do and you can still do? You still sell clothes. You can still use emails. You can still contact people. Yeah, this hasn't changed. You're still in the same industry. What are the things that you could not do in the past and you cannot do now? Well, you can still not lie, as in the past you did not lie to your customers. You can still not cheat. Yeah, you cannot cheat now. What are the things that you used to do but you cannot do now? So in the past you used to travel quite a lot. You used to be able to go and visit your suppliers, go to big fashion exhibitions, or have a personal or more personal contact with your people and your suppliers. Now you're limited with this. What are the things that you did not used to do but you can do now? Well, now you can actually use an e-shop. Yeah? Now you can make appointments when it comes to meeting your clients. Now you can help your clients and direct them towards a digital age. So again, transition doesn't have to be so drastic. It can be just the slow ones. And if you know what really is happening and what is going to happen, keep some things from the past, adjust them to the future. Of course, this is going to reduce the fear of change. Remember, there are a couple of things or 3 things about change which are important, and they're applied to everybody. Small changes lead to big effects. So again, don't be too scared because you don't have to change everything from one day to another. Just make small little changes that overall it's gonna have a big impact for you. Find the big reason why, find the purpose behind this. That's gonna drive you. Again, you can use the 5 whys that you used before or think a little bit more deeper. What's the reason really is going to help you? It can be like personal reasons, it can be professional reasons, it can be external, internal reasons, and so on. And then the last thing is, make sure that when you are changing, you're building also a system around you that is going to support you. What I mean with this one is there is an expression that goes along the lines that you are the average of the 5 closest people around you. So let's say you want to stop drinking and everybody around you is drinking, that's not going to help you. The same with smoking. Let's say that you want to start exercising. So if you want to start exercising, start hanging around with people that they're really talking about exercising. That's why going into a gym might help you. Or going into a team that they like to go walking. Again, change the environment, you can control this as well. Remember, the fear of changing is not really justified so much. Of course, it's an emotion, yes, we cannot do anything about it. But there are many industries that actually are based on change, like fashion industry, like medical industry, like information technology. Things are changing all the time. It's inside us, like we're used to, or we're programmed, let's say, to actually change.